Hey, what's up, people? Good evening, good afternoon, good morning to you, wherever you're watching from around the world. Happy New Month to you. It's the 1st of July. We're in the second half of the year, and it started in the best way possible for Manchester United fans. Ineos finally gets their man. Manchester United finally gets the long-awaited director of football in Dan Ashworth. It's been a bumper ride, or a bumpy ride, you know, trying to convince Newcastle to release Dan Ashworth to Manchester United, and yeah, they said he was going to go for the gardening leave. They want to put him in the garden, probably just sit in the garden, sunbathing and seeing movies or something for 18 months. But yeah, Ineos dug their heels in and they got their man eventually. That was the news that woke us up early this morning, 8 a.m. That's, Manchester United finally getting news. We also have news regarding our summer transfer targets. We have news regarding Zirkzee. We have news regarding the Ligt, and yeah, great tweet, of course. So let's get into it. But before we come with the show, you'd like to like this video, and if you're joining us for the very first time, I'm sure you like what you see. Do well to click on the subscribe button and share this video to as many Manchester United faithful as you know worldwide. Okay, quickly, let's get into it. In my last video, I was talking about how we have an option of either sticking to our principles of not overpaying for any of our targets, including back roster, including the board, including Dan Ashworth and the likes. Did we pay Newcastle the fee they're requesting, a £20 million release clause for a director of football, which is absurd? I mean, he's not a footballer, he's not the best striker in the world. But yeah, should we do that and, not make the mistakes that we'll probably make without the director of football in charge? Or should we bulk, like give in to Newcastle's demands, pay them whatever they demand, and not make the same mistakes that a director of football would not have made, that might even cost Manchester United more in the long run? I mean, if you get a player, if you sign a wrong profile of a player for £80 million, for instance, that can impact the club for 5-10 years. See what is going on now. We can't sign some of our targets because they are on the brink of breaching FFP rules, and they are hot on our heels. So it really can hold back a team when you make the wrong signing. You sign a player for £80 million and it doesn't work. You can't sell the player off because nobody's going to buy a player of that amount. Probably is on high wages also. So you're stuck with him. You can't sell him off, and you already spent most of your, threshold on that player, meaning you can sign better players. So you see that it can cost a team much more in the long run if you make a wrong signing. So I was asking in my last video if that was sensible to go the summer transfer window without the director of football, and maybe make one or two mistakes along the line, or we pay whatever Newcastle demands and avoid those mistakes. And I don't know which way Ineos went, but I'm pretty sure they didn't pay the total £20 million that Newcastle were demanding, because the way Ineos have been operating so far, I know that they are sticking to their principles of not overpaying for targets. How they got this deal over the line, I really do not know. Yeah, I know June the 30th was the last day for the business calendar year for clubs and other business enterprises in the UK. So I know Newcastle would have found a way. Yeah, I'm sure they met in the middle, because Newcastle were not going to accept much more less than what they demanded, and Ineos were not going to pay much more than what they agreed to pay initially. The joint statements from both clubs, they said they were going to keep it as undisclosed, the details regarding the transfer. But who cares? We have our man, and yeah, it's July. This is when the transfers are eating up. Ashworth is in the building, is resuming immediately with immediate effect. Berada is going to be resuming on the 15th of July. And Yeah, we have the structure in place already. So it's time to get the deals taken. And yeah, like it's not rocket science. Just in the brink of like in a matter of hours, we have news regarding many of our transfer targets. Like there's serious progress being made in the transfer window. There's news that the Manchester United have agreed a contract with Joshua Zirkzee, yeah, to the Bolognese striker to join Manchester United. What is left now is to agree terms with his club and all that. I'm sure that's going to be a signing that will really shaping the way we play next season. I've watched Zexi. He's exciting, you know. He's young. He's a systematic player. He knows how to play with the ball. Yeah, when in a working system, Zexi is good. It might be a gamble. It might, yeah, we know the Premier League is, can be crazy. The player might come in and not hit the heights that we expect of him. But who cares? You don't win the lottery unless you buy the tickets, right? Yeah. So we're going to get our man Daniel Zexi. I'm pretty sure that deal is going to be, sealed this week. I'm sure before Thursday, Friday, we should have breaking news. Here we go. Daniel Zexi to Manchester United. There's also news regarding the Leeds. Everton have been stalling with the Brightway deal. They are requesting for £75 million. That's absurd. £75 million. Yeah, it's young. It's fairly experienced, but it's English. And the English tax comes to play once again. Braithwaite, £75 million. He has, I think, 2 or 3 years left on his contract, which is, yeah, buying out the contract is probably what's making it expensive. But we have Delhi is also on. He has about 2 or 3 years left on his contract too, and it's available for 40. Okay, breaking news today was that Bayern Munich have now set a asking fee of around 50 million euros. 50 million euros is approximately 43, 44 million pounds. So if we're getting, Delete for 43 million pounds, which I'm sure would still go lower than that, why in God's name would we pay 75 million pounds for Braithwaite? I don't think it's better than Delete. Even, yeah, I know Delete might have dropped a bit, from the Deletes that we knew from the time at Ajax. Yeah, that was his peak. Yeah, I'm sure he has dropped off a bit, especially since going to Juventus. He's not been the Delete we knew at Ajax. But still, in the EPL, if we're going to get Delete from an English club, probably an English player, I'm sure they'll be requesting, we're talking about nothing less than 60, 70 million pounds, which is very absurd. I know we're not getting one defender only, we're getting probably two, most likely two central defenders. But Braithwaite is still an option if we can beat the price down. If we can't do that, then I think we'll go for Delete. We should go for Euro, if possible. I prefer a Euro that is, way younger and easily moldable. It's someone you can mold into shape. So that's news for Delete, is that Manchester United have agreed with his agents on a 5-year deal. A 5-year deal to come to Manchester United. What's left now is to get formal discussions with Bayern Munich to agree on a fee, and it will be here we go. I'm pretty sure it's going to be done. It's going to be sealed. That is going to be done this week because Delete wants Manchester United, as reported by all the top journalists, by Fabrizio, by David Austin. They all say the same thing. Delete wants United, despite the fact that we do not have Champions League football to offer him. Bayern Munich wants to sell him because, yeah, they're trying to offload some players that are surplus to requirements. Ten Hag obviously wants Delete. He's a player he has worked with in the past, a player that knows his philosophies, that knows his strategies, a player that would easily key to his idea of how he wants to play football. He's Dutch. So it ticks all the boxes for Ten Hag.